Hello, everyone. It's Mark Williams, and it's Designing with Mark time. I'm really excited. This is Christmas. Now, this is my time of the year. I'm super, super, super excited. As you can see, I've got just a tasting of what I've got in store for this Christmas season. I'm a Christmas nut. I love this time of the year. This is my design time. And this is really my design time. And I just drink it up. I take every moment and enjoy every single second of it. Christmas time for me is special. I do different Christmas designs every year. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds super crazy. And it probably sounds outrageously expensive, but I'm a former teacher, and I'm super cheap when it comes to buying stuff. Even though you see a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff behind me, I always go for the 50% off merchandise plus my teacher discount. So in the end, yes, it's a little bit of an expense, but it's once a year, and I can adjust it in other years. I know that there are some families, especially families with kids, who have created these very special little ornaments that the parents want to put on their Christmas trees every year. So it's kind of a tradition that they do the same thing every single year. I don't do that. I don't have kids. So for me, I start around September. Even when I was teaching, I started in September thinking about looking around, getting inspiration, trying to think about theme, trying to think about color. I'm a big person around picking a particular color at Christmas time. This year, all I kept saying was this. These particular ornaments, they're felted Christmas balls, and they were all over the place. But what made it special was they were this color. It was browns, which is one of my favorite colors. Browns and greens. This almost looks black until you put the black up against it, and light browns and ivories and things like that. So I had my color scheme, and I'm thinking, Andy, my partner Andy, he was like, "Are you crazy? Brown for Christmas? That's not a Christmas color." Well, it is for me. You just have to add a little sparkle of gold, and it's Christmas. So that is my color scheme. Now, what is my theme for this year? I've always had an affection for gnomes. So gnomes are my theme this year. Gnomes and mushrooms that you typically see the gnome sitting under a mushroom. And so that is my theme throughout all of my design this year. Very atypical, I guess you'd say. So I want to talk about stores because I watch tons of the Facebook Reels, one right after the other, after the other, after the other. One thing that's going to be different from me, just warning you right up from the start, you're not going to see how to make a bow. And I'm not, I say that with tongue in cheek, and it sounds like I'm making fun. I'm not. I'll be the first one when I start to decorate these. I'm going to Google how to make a bow, because making a bow is still a challenge for me too. But I'm not going to show you how to make a bow. That's just not. I think that's nonsense when there's so many out there, and there's all these different types of bows. So, but what I will be showing you is how I'm going to take all of this and put it together and decorate this beautiful house of mine, of ours, 4,400 square feet, of pure architecture. Gorgeous. 4 fireplaces, and I decorate all 4. I've been known, I'm sort of known as the Christmas decorator king around school and around the neighborhood. I've been known to put up 7 Christmas trees. 7. And I probably will be, let me think, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have probably 5 up this year. Now, I'm going to, a couple of them, like there's one on my porch that I sometimes just, and there's one up in the bedroom in front of a Palladian window. And sometimes I just put the lights out. It's just for the outside, just to see a tree that's lit up. I don't go into major decorating of those trees. But I do have a 9-foot tree for the living room that is, it's an artificial tree. It's one of those Balsam Hill trees that are absolutely gorgeous, cost a fortune. But they are so super realistic. I swear to challenge anyone that they can tell that it's a fake tree. It looks that realistic. And I have an idea for it. I'm not going to get into that today too much, other than to say this. I will say this. I have been seeing ribbon like I've never seen ribbon before online this year. I'm talking quality ribbon. I mean, really quality ribbon. Outrageously expensive that I could never afford a ribbon, that are like upwards of like $100 for a spool, which is crazy money. And I can't afford that. But I did get, for that tree, I managed to find a really good buy from a place I don't even remember. 6-inch ribbon. I swear it's this wide. I think it's called like almost a beige color, but it's almost, I'm thinking kind of like a light gold, but kind of neutral. And then I got some, and just give me a heads up, ribbon, if you can call it that, ribbon, but it's really just jewels. It's jeweled and gold jewels and a beautiful floral kind of pattern with lace behind them. And I'm going to place over the 6-inch ribbon. It's going to look gorgeous. And that's the tree. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Can't get ahead of myself. I want to talk a little bit about what the next few videos are going to be about. I'm not going to make you folks sit through me putting together all of this because I take hours to do it. Because I'm kind of meticulous about it. So for example, this is going to be all, I start with my garlands for my staircase. And it's in 6 pieces, 9-foot pieces. It takes me generally about 3 or 4 days just to do the just to do the railings. But they look gorgeous when they're done, but it takes me a long time. I obviously can't videotape all of that, or even just decorating it all. But I want to share some ideas, things that I've picked up along the way. For example, several years ago, I was watching a video, I think a QVC video, woman doing her thing, and I said, that makes so much sense. She started with a base garland, a really nice one. Like she says, buy one. Don't don't buy new garland every single year, the nice garland, and then like glue stuff to it, and then you have to go and do it all over again. So she says, get a base, put your lights on your base, which I do. You can see the lights here. They're going to need to be redone. And I generally go with clear for the base, or even yellow. Unless it's a real, I'm pushing for like red. I've done red one year. Only because I love red lights. So this is the base, and then what do you do with the base? You put that on first. And then what you do is you create, what she was creating was short pieces. She would take a short piece of thinner, not so bushy garland, or expensive, and she would create little pieces that she would attach to her base garland. It looked fabulous. Take those off. The next year, if she wanted to do something completely different, she created these little other pieces. Now, I extended that. Of course, I go beyond. I go crazy. I go to Michael's and I get the 9-foot, $3 garland, or $3.99 or something. It might be up to $3.99 now. And I get my teacher discount of like 15% on top of that. So it's like cheap, that's fairly cheap, you know. But I do the whole piece. So that when I attach that to this, it looks unbelievable. And I'm not saying that to brag, I'm just saying it looks crazy good, crazy good. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm going to be starting with. And this will take me several, it's 6 pieces, so it's going to take a while to do. Here's how I'm going to put it together. That I will tell you that much just to kind of whet your appetite. Each of the 6 pieces will get a gnome that will be centered directly into the middle of the garland. And whoever invented, I can't seem to find them because there's just too much stuff on this table. The zip tie, you know, like the zip ties. This is too short. But the zip ties to tie these, I mean, I've used, you know, the pipe cleaners and things like that. I've even used these, which are great too, because they blend in, and they're a little bit longer. So you can use, you know, or just even green floral wire I've used in the past to attach something of this size. I have 6 of these. I have 2 of these and 4 different ones. 4 other different ones. Super cute. Super cute. And I also, so that's my theme, gnomes and mushrooms. Generally speaking, the mushrooms, you typically see the gnome hiding under the mushroom. But these are going to be going on the garland as well. And I think I have enough of these to go around. And I got about 20 of these. And they were like $1 a piece. Not big money. You know, it's like going to the dollar store, you know. I hear so much. I have to talk about the dollar store. And I'm not complaining about the Dollar Tree. I know I go there. It's a favorite of mine too. Not necessarily for what you think. I'm not the person that's going to go in. It's not that I'm not creative, but I'm not going to go into the Dollar Tree store and see, you know, a toilet plunger and a spoon and napkins or something and create something off the top of my, you know, like this. No, that's just not me. And I'm not making fun. Creative ideas out there. I might get an idea from something that you've pulled out of the Dollar Tree store, but that's not typically me. I shop Michael's, which has also gone down a little. Sorry to say that. It's still, I still have to rely on it, but the days of, I'm going to be dating myself, but the days of going to Michael's and being able to have like 2 full aisles of picks, Christmas picks, that are all 50% off, starting whenever, like right after Thanksgiving, but really nice ones. I mean, really nice picks. You could do a whole new theme every single year, and it wouldn't cost you anything because they were only like $1 a piece. Now they're a little bit more money, and they're not that unusual. I mean, they're not. These are not from the dollar. These are not from Michael's, but they're from maybe my new craft store, which is Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. I have to travel a little bit more. I live in Massachusetts, and I have to travel to New Hampshire to go to Hobby Lobby. And but I'm telling you, most of what you see here, I got at Hobby Lobby. Starting with the felted Christmas balls, all of these. I got tons of green. they don't show up as much, so I think you're going to have to put like something sparkly, you know, something sparkly underneath so it will show up, you know. And a few black, not that many. My favorite, which is the brown, sold out super fast. And the tan, I think I have one little box of tan. They had the majority of them in green. But they were all these kind of earth tones. They really were not like red. They had a really dark, like burgundy kind of a color. And also there was like an ivory. I got a few ivories, but they were glass. Here's my theory on glass and shatterproof. These shatterproof, they go on garland. Nothing. Generally speaking, I don't use plastic or shatterproof unless I really need to on my Christmas tree. Glass goes on the Christmas tree. So Michaels was selling the felted ornaments in glass. Nothing this big. Nothing you could find that they had. They were advertising them large. They were sold out. For some reason, this is the big thing. This is the big thing. So I hopped on that train real fast. So I'm looking forward to using something that Andy, my partner, is saying, brown for Christmas, brown? I mean, where's the red? And, you know, I love it. I love anything that's really different. So color theme, unusual. My theme, maybe not so unusual, but cute as a button. So I'm going to tell you, and I'll show, maybe I'll finish up one of them on video, one of these on video. Oh, and these, Hobby Lobby. I mean, really, it's 6 feet. The garland is 9 feet. Each one of these is going to get one of these. It was $13 down to $6. I mean, and it's gorgeous. And I'm the glitter king, so I go for glitter. I absolutely love it. So each one will get one of those. I did get at Michael's these green pine cones, and here's what I do. You know, like something like this, I would never use the whole. Now, if I was using this in the tree, I might use the whole piece. But I think I'm going to be using it on the garland, so I'll get 3 pieces out of this. You know, easily 3 pieces out of this. And one more thing, let me think. Oh, not my favorite. I think they're overused, and I overuse them too. So I'm as guilty as the next person. But I saw these colors, and that's the reason I got the poinsettias. I'm kind of tired of I generally don't buy poinsettia flowers. When I buy flowers for a tree or for a garland and things like that, I go for like hydrangeas, different hydrangea colors, magnolias, things like that are just truly gorgeous. But I saw this brown, dark brown stuff. I didn't get that many. I really didn't. I just didn't get that many. Because I just didn't want them turning into poinsettia garlands. I just didn't want that. So I have 3 colors. I had the least of the light green, but they'll be a sprinkle amongst the 6 of these pieces that will become the garland that will attach to the main garland. I did get about 20 of these. You know, you want to beef up your garland. By the time you have your base and this is beefed up, it's huge. I mean, it looks gorgeous. These I'm going to layer. I'm going to layer them. I'm going to, you know, it's going to be something like, where did it go? Oh, maybe something like this. You know, I don't know. I haven't really even made up my mind yet. And then you just put that on, and then, you know, you put a couple of little felted balls. And then I'm just going to say, the ribbon this year is so fabulous, but trying to find ribbon at Hobby Lobby or at Michael's. Michael's, no green ribbon, no green. I was in the aisle, and another woman, a woman was there, and she says, no green? And I'm saying, no green, no, there's no green. Lots of red and so forth. Pretty, I think, you know. So I'm thinking for, and this is kind of a champagne-y, kind of a neutral, and this is kind of a mustard color, and, you know, looks nice. This will be pretty. Just for the garlands. For the tree, I have the 6-inch garland for the tree. That's going to be spectacular. I just have a sense it's going to be, but I don't want to get talking about it too much as yet. And there's 3 different sizes. I don't know if I mentioned that. There's this size, which I think is like a 4, maybe 2.5. I'm not sure. And then I have the small ones too. So, over the next, I mean, Christmas is coming so fast. I have nothing up. Oh, I have to show you these. I've got these too. So there's a lot, I mean, and these were very inexpensive. Hobby Lobby, 50% off. So I'm going to start with these over the next few days. And what I will do is, I'm not going to make you sit through watching me create it all. But maybe as I get towards the end, I will share part of the construction of one of these. So you'll get an idea of, you know, what the finished product is. And then you'll see me, part of it will be how do we install it on the railings. I've got a couple of different ways I'm tossing over in my mind. In terms of how to install it. Maybe a little different this year. Possibly. I'm not really sure as yet. So that's going to be the start. And then there's going to be the tree. And with the tree, like I said, I use glass. And I create some of my own ornaments for that tree. I start with the clear glass ornament. And I do, you've seen it 1,000 times too. I love it. It looks great. If you really want to bring in the color and not have to go out and buy, you know, the plain glass, clear glass ornaments are cheap. You know, you just pour in the acrylic polyurethane, the water-based, and then you sprinkle glitter, and you've got a glitter ornament. Or you've just put paint in, you got a clear, not clear, but you've got the solid colored glass ornament. So I'll be doing those, even though you've seen those 1,000 times too. Those will be for the tree. And when, the one thing I will tell you on the main Christmas tree, which is in the living room, which is the big monster one, the color for the tree over the last few years, I've been finding I'm using yellow a lot because it doesn't look yellow. When you put it on, it looks kind of like just a warm glow. I don't typically, I have a set, I invested in one set of LED lights 1 year. The tree looked lovely, but it was a little glary, and I like the warmth of incandescent lights, so I tend to use those. I think I'm going to be using the yellow this year. I know I am, because it'll go with these, and it just gives that warm tone to it all. But for the garland, I think just the clear base for that. So, until next time, I'm so excited. And come and check me out for the next video, or for the first video anyways, and to see how these come out, and maybe I will take you along for part of the journey. See you next time.